Hello dear students, let us begin with the topic 4 of physical chemistry, that is topic chemical kinetics. So the number of hours allotted to this topic is 9 hours, so you will be getting 8 marks in your annual examination. Okay, so in NEET and JEE you will be getting 2 questions from this topic. Right, so let us understand what is this chemical kinetics. So here the name itself indicates here chemical refers to chemical reactions and kinetics refer to rate or speed. So this topic generally deals with 2 important concepts. First concept what we are supposed to study is rate or speed of chemical reactions, and the second thing what you are supposed to study is factors affecting rate of a chemical reactions. So these are the 2 important concepts that you are going to study in this topic. So first let us understand what is this rate. So rate generally means change of any quantity with respect to time. So change of any quantity with respect to time is referred to as rate. Okay, so rate of chemical reaction means what? The speed with which the reaction takes place. Chemical reaction speed is referred to rate of chemical reaction. Now for example, if you consider the reaction which is carrying out in aqueous medium. So if you are carrying out a reaction in aqueous medium, what change you are observing here? So change in concentration takes place. So change in concentration of the reactants and the products takes place. So generally if you consider the reactants, the reactant concentration goes on decreasing and the product concentration goes on increasing with respect to time. If you are considering a reaction which is carried out in gaseous medium, then change in pressure takes place. So reactant pressure and the product pressure changes. So how can you define this rate of a chemical reaction? So rate of a chemical reaction is change in concentration or pressure of the reactant and the product with respect to time. Okay, change in concentration or pressure of the reactant and the product with respect to time is referred to as rate of a chemical reactions. Now we all know that with respect to rate, you can categorize reactions into 3 kinds. So there are 3 different types of chemical reactions according to rate. So first category of reactions involve very fast reactions. So very fast chemical reactions are those reactions which will finish in a fraction of time. That is, which complete within fraction of a second. So best example what you can give for these reactions is ionic reactions. Okay, second kind of reactions or second category of reactions what you have is very slow reactions. So very slow reactions are those reactions which will complete in a very long period of time. So maybe it will be taking years or months to complete the reaction. The best example what you can see here is rusting of iron. So rusting of iron is said to be a best example of very slow reaction. Okay, third category of reaction is moderate chemical reactions. So moderate chemical reactions are those which will complete in a finite time. Okay, so all biochemical reactions if you consider, they are said to be moderate chemical reactions. Now in this topic we are not concentrating on very fast reactions, nor we are calculating the speed of very slow reactions, but we are calculating the speed of moderate chemical reactions which are completing within finite period of time. Okay, so rate of a chemical reaction is the change in molar concentration of any reactant or product per unit time. So I can write it as reaction rate is equal to change in molar concentration. So change in molar concentration, this is with respect to reactants as well as products over time taken for change. Now if you consider a gaseous reactants, instead of molar concentration you will be replacing it by partial pressure. Okay, now let us consider an example. Consider a general reaction R giving rise to P. R here is the reactant and P is the product. Okay, now let us consider here as initially at the beginning of the reaction In the sense, when the reaction has not yet started at time t is equal to 0, let us consider the concentration of the reactant as 4. Okay, so when the reaction has not yet started at time t is equal to 0, concentration of the reactant is 4. So product will have not formed, so I'll take its concentration as 0. Okay, so say after 1 second, after the start of the reaction, the concentration of the reactant decreases from 4 to 3. So some product will have formed, say I'll take it as 1. So say time t is equal to 2 seconds, what happens? Again the concentration of the reactants decreases to 2, product concentration increases to 2. At time t is equal to 3 seconds, again the reactant concentration decreases from 2 to 1 and product concentration increases from 2 to 3. At time t is equal to 4 seconds, the concentration of the reactants become 0. So concentration of the products is 4. So at time t is equal to 4 seconds, there will not be any reactants to form the products. Okay, so entire concentration of the reactants will have exhausted to give the products. Okay, so you can observe this carefully. So R here is what? Reactant, P is the product. You can see that as the time proceeds, the concentration of the reactant decreases and the concentration of the products tends to increase. So as the reaction proceeds, what happens? The concentration of the reactants goes on decreasing and the product concentration goes on increasing. So I can say that concentration of the reactant disappears, where a concentration of the product appears. So I can say disappearing of reactant concentration, appearance of product concentration. So this I can. Now here let us consider R reactant, P as the product. Say at time t is equal to 0, I will consider the concentration of the reactant as R1. So this square bracket represents molar concentration. So it is read as molar concentration of reactant. So at time t is equal to 0, let us consider the concentration of the reactant as R1. Let the product concentration be P1. Okay. So say after certain time interval, say at time t2, okay, let us consider the concentration of the reactant as R2 and the concentration of the product as P2. Okay. So at time t is equal to 0, when the reaction has not yet started, so that time I'll take it as T1. Concentration of the reactant is R1, product concentration is P1. At time t is equal to T2, that is after some time interval, say T2, concentration of the reactant is R2, concentration of the product is P2. Now we all know that the concentration of the reactants goes on decreasing, concentration of the products goes on increasing. So here R2 will be always less than R1. So the concentration of R2 will always be less than R1 and the concentration of P2 will always be more than P1. Why? Because concentration of the reactant goes on decreasing, concentration of the product goes on increasing. So how will I write the reaction rate with respect to R? So with respect to reactant, how will I write the rate of the reaction? So this I can write it as decrease in concentration of reactant. Why? Because the concentration of the reactant goes on decreasing, divided by time taken for the decrease, time taken. Okay. So this decrease in concentration, how much amount of decrease I can write it as? R2 minus R1 divided by time taken for decrease will be T2 minus T1. So T2 minus T1 I will write. Okay. So this I will write it as delta R upon delta T. So delta here is nothing but change. So change in concentration of the reactant over change in time. Okay. So this negative I have put here. Why I have put negative sign here is, as the reaction proceeds, the concentration of the reactant goes on decreasing, we all know. So R2 minus R1. So this will be always less than R1. R2 will always be less than R1. So this R2 minus R1, I will get it as negative. Okay, negative. So we all know that rate will not be negative. So reaction rate will neither be negative. So in order to make the rate positive, I will write it as minus. Why? Because this change delta R will always be negative. So negative into negative will give you the rate positive. So the negative sign is written over delta T. So if I want to write the reaction rate with respect to product, It is increase in concentration of the product, because as the time proceeds, concentration of the product goes on increasing, divided by time taken for the increase. So reaction rate with respect to product. So increase in concentration, how will I write? P2 minus P1 divided by T2 minus T1. So this I can write delta P upon delta T. So change in concentration of the product over change in time. So here I have not put any negative sign. Why? Because product concentration goes on increasing. So P2 will always be more than P1. So this already will be positive. Okay. So always remember that reaction rate will not be negative, it will always be positive. So whenever you are writing the reaction rate with respect to reactant, negative sign is written because this value, delta R value, will be negative. In order to make that positive, minus. So this part is equal to written as minus. So this will, delta R will be negative divided by delta T. So this will make rate positive. That's the reason why we have written negative sign whenever you are writing the reaction rate with respect to reactant. Okay, so rate of the reaction will always be positive. So negative sign is placed before the rate expression for the reactants to make the rate positive.